Hi, this is Linda Robert. Welcome to week 7 of your most awesomest year. It happens to be Valentine's Day, so I thought I'd share with you a few tips on how to fall in love with yourself. Tip number 1. You can fall in love with yourself by practicing the art of self-appreciation. One way to fall in love with yourself is by truly appreciating everything about you. Appreciating your mind, appreciating your body, appreciating your gifts. Remember, you are a unique person and you don't know how much others really appreciate you. So it's time that you start appreciating and valuing yourself, even the smallest things about yourself. Do you love the fact that you have a beautiful smile on every day, no matter what is going on? Do you love the fact that you're a giving person? Or that you're there for your friends when they need you, or that you have beautiful eyes, or maybe even a nice rump. Write down at least 5 things that you value and appreciate about yourself today. Tip number 2. Falling in love with yourself also starts by practicing extreme self-care. This means treating yourself like you deserve to be treated. This may be different for everyone. Some people actually practice self-care by cleaning. I'm not one of them because it actually helps to relax them. It's important to honor the way that makes you feel loved in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. So what can you do to spend more time practicing self-care and self-love for your mind and for your spirit? How do you show your body that you care for it? Do you bathe in some nice soothing oils and scents? Do you treat it with a beautiful moisturizing cream? I kind of like cocoa myself. And what about your mind? How do you show self-care and self-love to your mind? Are you gentle with yourself when you've made a mistake? Falling in love with you starts with being kind, gentle, loving towards you, honoring and speaking your truth. What does self-care mean to you, and how will you practice extreme self-care? Falling in love with yourself also means embracing the unknowns, embracing them as an adventure. Be open to the possibilities that you are on an adventure. Every time you wake up and you get out of bed, you're on an adventure. When you walk out of the door and go to work, you're on an adventure. And sometimes during those adventures, you'll come across some unknowns, unknown situations, unknown things, unknown people. And falling in love with you means accepting that and embracing all of those possibilities, all of life's adventures. Here's a quote from Oprah Winfrey. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. And Billy Graham says, the word romance, according to the dictionary, means excitement, adventure, and sometimes extremely real. Romance should last a lifetime. So, how open are you to adventures? How forgiving are you to yourself? We've all done things that at one point or another we thought were unforgiving. So being in love with yourself means forgiving yourself. The longer we live with that shame, that guilt, or that dislike, the longer we suffer in silence and possibly get sick. Falling in love means forgiving yourself for those mistakes, those errors in judgment, unloving acts that you did towards others or yourself. I remember a few years ago when I took an adventure. I think it was Dominican, and I had gone with my girlfriend and her husband and a few other people, and I went a little bit too far on the ocean, so far on with the kayak that when I was coming back, I got capsized and I lost the kayak, and I was in the middle of the bloody ocean trying to get to that kayak, Anyways, make a long story short, when I came back, I was dead. I was pooped. And I was so afraid that I made a mistake. And believe me, my girlfriend, she was really gentle and kind. And she said to me, "How can you make such an error in judgment?" Well, she was right. I did make an error in judgment. I didn't realize how far and how dangerous what I did was actually. So I had to forgive myself for that sense of poor judgment that I showed that particular day. Here's a quote from Marianne Williamson. She says, "Forgiveness is not always easy. At times it feels more painful than the wounds we suffered to forgive the one that inflicted it. And yet there is no peace without forgiveness." So take a moment today to write yourself a little love note, uh, a little note that says, "I forgive you." Here's one. "I forgive you, Linda, for the abuse that you've done towards yourself and others, the harsh words you may have used, the physical pain that you've caused. I forgive you, Linda, and I love you." Tip number 5. Falling in love with you means taking daily baby steps to where your energy wants to go. Small steps could actually mean easing your way out of bed in the morning instead of just getting up when the alarm comes up, or making sure that you say, "I love you," when you do wake up, and have that knowing that you're going to manage whatever comes your way. For others, daily baby steps might simply be to wake up, to breathe, to thank God that they're alive and present. So what small step will you take today to make this day an awesome day? And on that note, have yourself a wonderful day and a wonderful evening whenever you listen to this. Oh, by the way, I've completed the teleseries that I was telling you about, the one that helps you create your most awesomest year. And you can get more information about that on my website at www.lindagrobert.com. Have yourself a wonderful evening.